Over 170 people have been confirmed dead, or should I say killed in many ways. Over 200 have received injuries. They have been rushed to the nearby health centers. Massive landslides. Remember, multiple landslides that struck these hilly areas near Meppadi in Wayanad in Kerala. Right now, we are told hundreds of people are missing or fear-trapped. This means there's a race against time, specifically to rescue the survivors. And there are rescue personnel in large numbers in different parts of Wayanad. The army racing against time, then there's the Navy, Air Force, there's the NDRF, SDRF, then there are local volunteers, local people of Kerala who have also come in to volunteer and help. But what has left because of that landslide is complete destruction. Houses destroyed, waterlogged streets, uprooted trees, swollen water bodies. Life thrown out of gear in Mundakai, Shurmala, Attamala and Nulpura villages. In the wake of heavy rainfall in the district, we are told that landslide alert has also been issued in Kurumbakota, Lakidi, Manikudumala, Mutil Kolapara colony and other areas as well in Wayanad, specifically around the district. But remember, it's been now more than 24 hours. It's going to be 2 days now. In the wee hours of 30th July, when multiple landslides struck Kerala's Wayanad, unsuspecting residents buried in their sleep. Race is on to find survivors now and the injured to be rushed to hospitals. This is a ground report coming in by my colleague Akshita Nandagopal on the ground zero.
This is a makeshift bridge constructed by army personnel near Churamala, and you can see you have to use these ropes and cross this particular area to Mundakai. And you can see that army personnel, NDRF, SDRF and everybody here trying to shift the people from one side of the river to the other to ensure that there is a safety passage for all those people who are stuck on the other side of Mundakai. You can see how the river is gushing towards the other side, and these are the problems faced by Indian Army, especially the people who are here at the rescue point along with the other rescue personnel. Vichirajas Madhu Sagairaj reporting from Churamala, Kerala for India Today.
We're making our way now towards Mundakai. You can see how treacherous it is. It is courtesy these army personnel that even this much is possible. Using barricades, wooden planks, they've created this particular bridge here, makeshift obviously. And when the current goes up, this also is completely shut down. Let's make our way towards Mundakai now. Can you believe that where people are right now, this was a temple just about 24 hours ago, actually 36 hours ago, was completely underwater. Now the water levels have come down, which is why you can see efforts to create more and more bridges so that people can come across. But from here, it's another at least 60-minute walk. I'm going to take you through it to show you exactly what our personnel are going through, the kind of challenges that they're facing, terrain-wise, weather-wise, as you can see, and still getting there to rescue every single person. This is exactly what the area of Mundakai looked like before the landslide happened. And I've asked this question several times to several authorities about what triggered the landslides. Yes, natural calamity, but also deforestation. Tea plantations all across this entire stretch as far as the eye can see. And it will lead to questions about whether that too was one of the causes for the landslide happening in the manner that it did. Mundakai was this beautiful. Now what you'll see when I show you the landslide location will absolutely shock you, because there's nothing left of this beauty. Let's keep going. Another 5 kilometers. As we walk up, I've been speaking to a lot of the people here, and almost all of them are locals who've come up to help. Sorry, ningal evidane Wayanad.
Wayanad district. Sultamathiri.
Ningal eppo vannu ivide?
Ravile 8 o'clock.
എവിടെ പോയി നിങ്ങൾ ലാൻഡ്സ്ലൈഡ് ലൊക്കേഷൻ പോയോ?
അവിടെ
പോയിട്ട്
താഴെ വന്നു വീണ്ടും മുകളിലോട്ട് പോവാണ്. സെക്കൻഡ് ടൈം
ഫസ്റ്റ് വരുന്നതാണ്. ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ പിന്നെ മോർച്ചറിയിലായിരുന്നു ഡ്യൂട്ടി. മോർച്ചറിയിൽ വളരെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട്.
ഡ്യൂട്ടി പറഞ്ഞാൽ
മോർച്ചറിയിൽ സഹായിക്കല്.
ആര് പറഞ്ഞു
അവിടെ
ഏത് ഡ്യൂട്ടിയാണ്?
അവിടെ സ്വയം നാട്ടുകാർ കൂടിയിട്ട് അങ്ങ് തെരഞ്ഞെടുക്കലാണ്. ഗ്രൂപ്പാണ്. ഇന്ന ഡ്യൂട്ടി നമ്മളങ്ങ് മനസ്സറിഞ്ഞ് ചെയ്യാം. ചെയ്തിട്ട് പിന്നെ നമ്മളത് അവിടെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുക, ഗവൺമെന്റിന് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുക.
So all of them walking uphill, saying several times they've done it and continue to do so. They're not part of any organization, any of that. They're locals who heard of the news and decided, look, amid this torrential rain, we're going to come here, do everything we can to help. Behind me is the entire stretch of the river there flowing through. You can see the rocks that is brought along as a result of the landslide. 2 days back, when the landslide happened, the water was right up till here. Now it's receded and left behind all of that debris. Locals tell me that it was along this stretch the bodies were washed up. A lot of the bodies were found almost 20-30 kilometers away from where I'm standing, which is where the actual landslide took place. So you can imagine the amount of debris that really pushed all of these homes, bodies, families across till the very end. Even now at this point, rescue operations continue. You can see there are several officials out there, but it's impossible really to sift through, dig through all of that debris. That big mound behind me, it's untouched so far. As we speak, bodies are being pulled out, so the rescue operation still very much continuing in many pockets where officials are reaching and realizing only now that the landslide has hit here too, that houses have been completely destroyed. In many of these circumstances, and just the sheer nature of this tragedy can be summed up in the images I'm showing you. Many of these circumstances, locals tell me that they're not able to find more than body parts, but they're still treating it with the respect and dignity. I apologize for bringing you these kind of sensitive images, but this is the nature of tragedy that we're actually dealing with, where every 15 minutes another body is pulled out by the officials who are working here through the heavy rain from early morning till late into the night, till sundown. And from here, it's at least 1 hour that you'll have officials actually walking right down to the spot where the ambulance can reach them, because the ambulance can't come up to where we've come. They have to trek all the way. Say India Today. They have to trek all the way to the other side, and that's where the ambulance can actually take the mortal remains to a morgue. Still bodies are there, sir?
Still bodies are there, and here overall we don't know how much houses are there, but we can see 10 to 15 houses in this side. So still we are searching, and we got right now 4 bodies. The people saying from here, people telling that there is some more bodies.
Thank you for everything you're doing also for this. You can see the water flowing by in this particular area. There's water flowing through the entire location. People are walking by and helping in every way they can. But you heard the gentleman there who's been a part of the rescue operations. What they're doing here is nothing short of heroic. So many locals, officials risking their lives to come here in this pouring rain. You've been seeing how it's non-stop raining. This entire stretch here, there's absolutely nothing left. And this was an area full of tea plantations, full of homes, nearly 400 families washed away as a result of these landslides. 2 days on. This is the second day of rescue operations, and it looks like, based on what officials tell us, it could take a couple days more, especially because of the challenges they're facing with the terrain and the weather. With video journalist Sachin Chandok, this is Akshita Nandagopal reporting for India Today from Wayanad.